Alright, YouTube, I'm back, man. We got another fire mid taper for y'all, man. Watch me turn my boy from this to this. Alright, so we always gonna start off by brushing that hair down, man. Never start without brushing your client's hair down. But here we're gonna start off with our clipper clothes. We're gonna start with our clipper clothes. You can use your trimmer's clothes and flip them. That make it easier to get that line out. But for the videos, cause I know it's probably beginners watching the video, so we're gonna do a clipper clothes. And we're gonna start our guideline off like that. And remember, when you starting your haircut, when you start with that first guideline, make sure you get all the little hairs off, because how you start is how you gonna finish. That fade gonna look just like how you started. So now we're gonna open our clipper. You're gonna open it and you're gonna make that first initial guideline. Make sure it's a clean pass through with the clippers, clean initial first guideline. It should be about, I would say with this mid taper, it'd be about a half an inch. And make sure you get, every strand of hair when you're making that first guideline. But as you can see, we're gonna put it halfway and then we're gonna close it and knock that out. Easy, just like that. Next, right here, as you can see, I'm gonna use, this should be my 2-guard. I'm gonna use my 2-guard and I'm gonna go against the grain. Sorry about that, I said that I'm gonna go with the grain with the 2-guard. And that's gonna start really, and with this hair texture, that's gonna start your fade down process. With this hair texture, I never like to really just go, against the grain and start. As you can see right now, I'm gonna use my 1.5 guard and I'm gonna do the same as that thing. That's just laying all the hair down, laying all that bulk that at the end of your haircut, you will see that still there. This is like an easier process to get all that bulk out. So you can see now I got my 1.5 guard and I'm gonna go against the grain as I'm starting my fade down process. 1.5 guard is the highest guard I'm gonna use against the grain. The highest guard. So take your time and you're gonna use your corners, man, especially on hair textures like this. It's very, like, his hair texture is kind of very thin. It's very, very thin. So you're gonna have to take your time with it, because on thin hair textures, not a lot of hair to work with, if that makes sense. So you want to take your time and use your corners when you're fading it down. As you can see, I just brush that down. Always brush, man. Always brush. Because watch as I do this right here. As you can see, his hair is now sticking up. It's sticking up. You don't know what you're working with. So always use that brush and brush it back down. Brush it back down. I know they got Get Bean here, be like, brush one, fade one. That's facts. Brush it. But this is I'm gonna use my 1-guard right now. And I seen on my last video, somebody asked me, was the Babyliss Tune 45 guards compatible with JOLs? Yes, they are. I love them on my JOLs. They're not my favorite, but I do love them on my JOLs. You can see I'm gonna fade with the 1-guard. As you can see, all we're doing is fading down 1.5 guard, 1 guard, and 0.5 guard. And just taking your time, and you just notching that guideline easy. And I would say one more thing. A lot of people say you have to flick out. Like in barber school, they'll teach you you have to do like a hard flick out, man, to fade or anything like that. You really don't need a true, crazy flick out motion when you are fading hair. You honestly can just flick it out. Like you can see now, I'm flicking, but I'm not flicking out. It's not over exaggerated like they would teach you in probably like barber school. You just want to do a natural little flick, and I promise you that fade is gonna come out. As you can see, it's already coming together right now. You just gotta trust the process and use your corners, especially with this hair tester. Use your corners. So here I'm on my half guard. This is my half guard. This is actually the TPOB half guard. I really like the TPOB half guard over the Wahl half guard. Andes. So far, I like TPOB half guard. Also, TPOB has some great clippers. I also just started using my TPOBs again. As you can see, we're gonna notch that guideline. Same thing we've been doing. Same thing, just want to notch it and flick at it. You can see the fade is already coming out good, but there's still a little more detail work. Never let it just be good. You always want to try to perfect it. That's what I try to do with a lot of my haircuts. I want them perfected. I don't want just good. I know nothing in life is perfect, but I'm going to try my best to be perfect on my haircuts. So this is the one guard. You can see I'm just detailing. I was just detailing using my corners. The same thing, you're going to take your guard off, and you're going to detail as well with no guard on your clippers. With no guard on your clippers, you're going to just detail and notch any dark spot that you see in that fade. You can see just a simple mid taper, easy. It's not too much, not too hard. It took us like 5 minutes to do that taper. Now here I did decide to put the beard work as well in this video. So what you're gonna do is the same thing that you would do at the top. You're gonna start off with your clipper open, no guard on it. Start off, make that first initial guideline. Then you're gonna just close it. You're gonna put it halfway, and then you're just gonna close it. And we're gonna notch that guideline and get that first guideline out. And you're just gonna start off with, necessarily with his beard, because okay, if the beard is thick like his, you're gonna start off with a 2 guard. I used to start off with 2 guard. Sometimes I do it open just to be safe, and then I close it. And with him, especially for this video, I started off open. You're gonna start off with a 2 guard. You're gonna move to the 1.5 guard. Then you're gonna move to the 1 guard and the 0.5 guard. And you're just gonna fade down. Basically the same things you're doing when we was doing the mid taper. Same thing. But with a beard, you really want to use your corners, because sometimes you can fade too much of that beard, and it will bring the beard way lower than what you want it. Way lower. I have a beard myself. Sometimes I do it to myself, and I promise you, a lot of clients, they hate that. They're not gonna tell you that, but they won't come back because of you done that. Like, for people with their beards, man, I promise you, beards are very, very like special to somebody. You don't really want to go, fade it too low. And then also just taking care of somebody's beard, man, that's a part of like client retention. If you want your clients to come back, man, I promise you, you fade their beard right, you get their beard right, you keep it thick and as high as possible, as most people want their beards. I promise you, your clients will come back. But you can see right here, we should be on the 1 guard. I should be about to show it soon. I don't think I did, but we're on the 1 guard as well, and we're gonna just keep fading down with it. Yes, I'm on my 1 guard. So this is the 1 guard. I'm gonna do the same exact thing we're doing on mid taper, man. You're gonna use that 1 guard, and you're gonna put it halfway, and then you're gonna just close it and notch that guideline. Very simple. Same thing right here. I'm on my 0.5 guard, and we're just gonna notch that guideline. With the 0.5 guard, man, you try not to go really like too low with it, because that's like the scariest guard when it comes to a fade, right? Like, that's like that guard that you really don't want to mess up with, because that will bring your fade lower than what you want it to. So you're just gonna really notch at it, and I think I should be done with that. And now I'm gonna just use my clipper open, and I'm just gonna notch at that guideline. Detail. Just gonna detail that beard. Very simple. A lot of people think it's harder to fade a beard than it is your hair, but it's the same as that process, just the opposite. It's just backwards, basically. So here we on the lineup process. As I said in my other videos, you always want to just start in the middle and move over to his weakest side. With my client's weakest side was his left side. So we're just gonna move over to the left side, only using your corners, man. I kid you not, only use your corners when you're moving over to the corner of his head. It's very simple, and I promise you, your lineups will come out as straight as possible. You can see you just want to tap and go. There's no need to, you know, press on his skin, because y'all remember, you're not lining up skin, you're lining up hair. Hair, not skin. So you press on his skin, you're probably going to end up cutting your client. As you can see, his lineup is coming out nice. He has a very, very thin hairline, especially on the sides. So you really want to take your time with a client like this, and just use your corners that you're going over to the weaker side. And then also right here is very important too. As you can see, I put it at a slant. You see how I slant it instead of just going straight down? I promise you, that's how you get that boxy lineup, is by putting your client's vertical bar at a slant. You never really want to put it like straight down. I used to do that, and my lineups I'd be wondering why they be coming out wobbly on one side, and I'd be thinking he had a straight lineup. It's straight, but the vertical bars they're not slanted to where his head shape is. So that's gonna make your lineup look all wobbly. You can have a straight boxy lineup at the top, but if his vertical bars do not slant, that lineup will not look right. Some people can have a slanted lineup, some people can't. But for the most part, most people need a slanted vertical bar to make their lineup look, give them that illusion of looking straight as possible. As you can see, I'm doing my C cup right now, and that C cup, you see, that's fire. This is all, I have it in my last video, my lineup prep. If you're looking for the lineup prep to get, that ass line that everybody wants, that any barber wants, that ass line when they're doing the lineup, I have it in my last video that I made. So you better watch that video, and you can see how I got my lineups to look like this. See on this beard, you see why I'm lining this beard up? I'm lining it up right by his mustache. You want to keep people's beards high. His client, the last barber he went to, he said was lining them up. As you can see, his beard is not as thick at the top. He said the last barber was kind of lining him up a little lower than that, to where it was the thickest. So his beard never had the potential to grow. You want to line people's beards up as high as possible, man. But look, this is the full haircut, man. This is the full haircut. If you like this tutorial, man, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe, anything like that. This is the full cut. My client loved it. We did add enhancements on it. We did add enhancements on the cut, but it still looks fire. It's a fire cut. If you like this video, man, please give me a like, subscribe, comment on the video, and I'm out.